especially in about middle of the second period, it really started to turn. But Nick Foligno said it just wasn't your best game. But what especially in that second period was it going more their way?
Yeah, I mean, I just would kind of recap to start. Like, you can look at it a few different ways. Like, you could look at it, we had multiple leads and then end up giving up the tire and they win in overtime. It was definitely a game where we didn't have our best, that's for sure. And just looked like we had a number of guys without great legs. And so that just kind of, it'll help answer the question. Like, then you're kind of just slow to pucks. You're kind of slow to with the puck. You're not maybe as sharp when you do have it. Like, we just weren't as assertive with the puck as we needed to be. We weren't supporting it well enough in the second, and so it just kind of kept, ending up in our end a lot. You could compare it to some other second periods. I get it. I just think as a whole for the night, I just didn't think we had our best game. And so, on that note, we did find a way to get a point when we didn't have our best. And, we know these games coming back from long trips are hard, and you don't want it to be. You're not letting it be an excuse, but sometimes, in an 82-game schedule, you're going to have nights where you don't feel your best, and we were able to find a way to a point. So I think that part's good. That's not a moral victory. It is a point in the standings. The other side of it is we had leads and that we squandered, so there's areas we had to clean up.
The not great legs, is that what you attribute it to, is the road trip?
Yeah, usually, we had probably... obviously up front, you take Frankie out, take Berkey out, take Dickey out. You get you just lose some of that mojo a little bit. Other guys came in and played hard, but you are losing a little bit of that mojo, and so and they have injuries. Everybody has injuries in the league, but you just it probably all those things compound on each other, and we just didn't have our best.
Was that as close as an illness or?
Illness. Yeah. So we were hoping he'd be able to play, but he just couldn't. I don't think it's something that's going to be. I think he'll be back Saturday. Knock on wood.
When you identify that a lot of guys don't have their legs in a certain game, is there anything you can do as a coach at that point to address that?
It's one of the things you're looking for as a coach is who's going, and it looked like a night where there wasn't a lot of guys going. The one thing I would say. From my perspective as a coach is I thought, by the end of the game, we kind of made a little bit of an adjustment in the neutral zone that eliminated some of their speed through the neutral zone, and it probably took me too long to get to that point. So I'll take some of the blame on that to say, there was probably a couple areas where, not one couple, and that's specific to the neutral zone. We love the pressure when we can pressure, but at times we got stretched out, and when you get stretched out, you're just giving up some of that speed through the middle, and we weren't able to hold the line because of it, and they were having entries. That's not everything, but that's a little bit on me.
What do you think of Slager coming back tonight?
He played good. He played hard. I think the one went off him, right? So it was, got a goal. That's great. Ultimately we got a goal from him, got a goal from Laughs. That's a good, good effort by those guys. So he did a good job.
Does that say anything about this team to be down 3 forwards and come out with a point against a now 12-1 team?
Yeah, they're obviously a good team. I thought the first and third I didn't mind. Second obviously wasn't very good. It says that our decor was intact. It was good for us to find a way to grind out a point. Again, where I don't think everybody had their best and we were a little bit thin.
Can you talk about the thought process in having Crevier be up with
Vlas? Yeah. Well, I would say that right now, Rins has kind of gone through a cycle here where he's given up a lot of chances. Krevie's been a really, really good defender for us. So going to the game, we were looking at potentially having Vlas and Crevier against Hughes and or Hischier, and that happened a lot. We got to get Vlas back going, or not Vlas. We got to get Rins back going. We'll get him back in the right direction. But we got to eliminate the minuses. And I don't mean minuses necessarily goals against, but the chances against. It's just an area that he's just got to clean up.
Ryan Green saw a lot of Hischier tonight. How did you think he did there?
I thought that Greener's line was pretty good, and Greener included. That's a tough matchup. Those two lines, especially when you put Brad on one line, Hughes on the other line. Hischier's a heck of a player. So, those are two good lines. I thought Greener did good. That line did good. I thought he did good.
When Sam Lafferty's in a roster situation like he is this year where he's in and out of the lineup, how good is it for him to have a moment like that?
I was pumped for him. He's a great person. Got a great perspective. Has been he's not happy to be sitting, but he's been a team guy the whole time. A real professional, and so for him to have that moment was pretty cool. It was a sick goal.